Okay, so, for lack of any better idea of what to record over, I decided to play some Tetris, and then not currently with Tetris make a recording. Otherwise, you would see how very much I stink at Tetris, though you'll probably see it anyway, because I make a crapload of mistakes in this, and I recover from most of them, but it's Tetris. Eventually one is fatal. So, yeah, I still mean to finish the Portal Let's Play. It's just, trying to go for a funny sound. Well, not funny sound, but, you know, commentary, funny commentary. And, first my life got busy, and then my life got sad in ways that are no one's business and you don't really want to hear about it anyway. But, hard to be funny and sad at the same time, unless you're like a sad clown, in which case you're frightening. I don't think it really matters, because the only person who was really that I really cared about watching hasn't been watching anyway, so, I mean, no offense to the rest of you people, but, all two of you, you're basically strangers, so, I mean, it's not like there are not a million playthroughs of Portal out there. I was going to do Portal 2 blind after I finished Portal, but, gotta finish Portal before I do Portal 2 blind. And maybe I'm thinking that I should just do away with the whole let's be funny thing and do subtitled stuff if I want to get an actual schedule going. That, or you're gonna have to put up with me being completely unfunny, and at that point it's not really a let's play, it's... I don't know what it is. Really. I guess it's, normal. It's like watching someone else play a game, except, well, I know I enjoy that, but a lot of people don't, and, I recognize I'm not necessarily the most entertaining person in the world. But, really, the intent was not to entertain, it was more to go, hey, friend of mine who can't freaking play video games at all because of your hands, I'll play the games for you! How about that? And, if he's not really watching, there's not much else to point to it, so, yeah. Anonymous friend. Actually, more than a friend, but whatever. Man, I am really bad at Tetris. Look at this. Look at this. I don't think that my scintillating my scintillating talent. My commentary is going to salvage this, or, well, I know it gets salvaged, but it's just terrible. Yeah, a lot of Tetris is just fucking up and then trying to fix it. Desperately. I'm gonna have Brian Eno over this. Well, it's either Brian Eno or Chick Corea. You've got your choice. Well, you would have a choice if this was live, but it's not. Maybe I should have done worse for the sake of commentary, because again, I don't know what else to say. About my terrible, 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 terrible skills in Tetris. I could sing the praises of this particular Tetris client. It's very nice. I like it. It is Quinn. I'll stick a link in the info because I think anyone with a Mac should have Quinn. If you don't, what is wrong with you? Go and get it. It is really good. It is everything you could possibly want in a Tetris client. Which is to say, it's Tetris. But you can have anything you want or anything you don't want. You can set up the controls any which way you like. As you can see, I have one button that just rotates things in a particular set. I think it's... yeah, it rotates them clockwise. I know I really ought to have two, like in the... I grew up playing the Nintendo Tetris, but I get confused and I send it in the wrong direction, and it's much easier just to remember, okay, they turn like this, just do it real fast. Which, of course, shows I'm not a Tetris pro, because if I were a Tetris pro, I'd never trip on it. I'd just have it mentally memorized. It goes this way. So, what's going on here, I guess, is I built up and then am doing a terrible job trying to break down all that buildup. I do this all the time because I keep going for Tetrises and then it builds up much too high and I start desperately trying to bring it back down, and of course all the pieces are wrong, so it's just this terrible mess of, God, go down already. See, okay, I've got it now to the point where it's open. Now it's just easy breezing from this point onward. Yeah, more Tetrises. And now I'm going to start building up again looking for more Tetrises because I want 4 lines at once. I'm not just going to keep going for the... well, once it gets too fast, then I'll just go for whatever I can get. But yeah, might as well build up and get more Tetrises. Yep, I've got it all set up now. So of course a thin line is not going to show up for ages now, right? Oh no, it's getting fast. Yeah, so now I've got that mess and I've got to wait for probably a square to come along so I can fill that up. Something like that, yeah. Oh, here comes a square, so I'll just fill that up and there you go. It's fixed now. Good as new! And, building up again, waiting for lines, and then they give you more than one at a time, and you're like, what am I gonna do with this? So you just put it off. They're being generous with the squares right now, really. I mean, I don't know how many games I've played where it just is hundreds of, the little S pieces. Well, they're not S pieces, I don't know what to call them. I used to have favorites, and that was kind of dumb. I mean, I was like 7, so I mean, having favorite Tetris pieces, you're 7, you're allowed to do things like that, but it's still pretty ridiculous. You need all of them to play. And, oh yeah, a corridor that you're gonna need a long piece just to make it work, but it's still got a 4-line Tetris there. Should Tetris come along, so it's okay to keep building, and I was getting desperate there, yeah. Oh, this is dire. To the rescue. Oh boy, those were sorely needed. And now it's fixed again. Yeah. The exciting games of Tetris! I mean, who really, unless you're someone like, I'm not going to name names, but unless you're absolutely fascinating, you can't really play Tetris and expect anyone's gonna be like, what is this? This is just boring shit. But look at that, what I just did right there! Man, I think that's awesome. No one else in the world does, but I do, yeah. And, yeah, the long string of useless pieces. Somehow you survive it. Well, somehow I survive it. I don't know if you survive it or not. Where do you put these now? So you gotta take some blank holes and try to get it ready. Try to be prepared. Oh, I can see now in hindsight that there was a wonderful Tetris thing that I missed and I didn't even know it was there, I bet. Because now it's getting fast and things are sticking and... Well, it's not fast yet, but soon it will be like that super fast, sticky bit that, yeah, you really care about my personal terminology for Tetris, I'm sure. I don't even know why you're still watching this far. You got the initial message, and I'm just talking now until the Tetris dies. The Tetris dies. Well, until I completely and utterly fail irreversibly, which, yeah, I really should have done much worse for the sake of this take. Just like 5 minutes long or something. This is going to go over, yeah, it went over 10 grand, not 10 grand, 100 grand, I can add, and still going. Yeah, 100,000 points, still going, and this was just to have something to talk about on the, yeah, I might consider doing Dragon Age 2, or maybe even Origins, or my cat might knock over a box. Yes, everyone has a cat. If you don't have a cat yet, you will, as soon as you're recording for YouTube. It's inevitable. Especially if you're going to be recording video with commentary, because the cat has to get in on it. And I'm not going to do anything, it's just an empty box. I live in a pile of filth as my game dies!